Hi, I'm Marco Cardamone, and I'm a modern musician. Our band is called Three Musicians, and this is my story about how Modern Musician is helping three musicians build a community of real fans. First, a little background. As you can see, I'm no spring chicken. I've been around the block. I'm not looking to launch a traditional music career at this point in my life, but Three Musicians was a real band that we formed in the early 1990s. We did a few live performances, but mostly we were just a studio recording band. But like so many other musical acts, we eventually broke up and went on with our lives. But boy, did we crank out a body of work and a mini catalog of original songs and video content. But during COVID, things really changed. Some 30 years after our band was formed, we reunited during the COVID lockdown to focus on one of our songs called Only Tomorrow Can Say. It's a song about saving the planet from climate change. We re-recorded the song and decided to release it on Earth Day of 2021. But before we did, we felt the song was missing something, which was the voice of young people. So we invited some young students from a local arts organization called the Pittsburgh Youth Chorus to sing on the song and to perform in the music video. Our ultimate ambition was to release the song and then attract other young singers from all over the world and to encourage them to submit their voice to the song as well. Our goal was, and still is, to create an evergreen tune by adding new voices, allowing us to release alternative versions of the song with fresh variations over time. We thought this song would help put us on the map, and then we could introduce our other original songs from there. Well, it didn't really work out that way, of course, but we tried. So what happened? Well, the usual thing. A year after completing the song and music video, we were able to make a little noise with the launch of the website. But soon thereafter, nothing. Crickets. The typical strategy of build it and they will come turned out to be more like build it and they will not come. They will not know. They will not care. So there we were, adrift in a digital sea of internet noise like so many millions of other content creators just like us. But ever the optimist, I wasn't too discouraged. I was determined to slog along. So I tried one thing after another.
Maybe I needed to master TikTok. No, I needed to conquer Reels. Well, what about streaming on Spotify and Apple Music? Yeah, that's the way. Now, how about we get a PR person to write a compelling press release and try to get some buzz? What about sending the song out to some experts and influencers in the music industry?
I tried one thing after another. Until that is, I stumbled on a free webinar featuring Michael Walker of Modern Musician. Wow, could this be as good as it sounds? That was in mid-September of 2023. I had never seen or heard anything more coherent than what Michael was presenting. He talked about how to use modern tools and today's technology to market your music, how to create a community of real fans who care, and then how to scale that community and ultimately monetize your efforts with those fans. He was presenting a case for how an artist could go direct to the consumer. No record label BS, no agent or management company, no relying on streaming services or social media exposure, where you never know who your fans are, even if you're lucky enough to have your work go viral and reach a wide audience. He drove home the point that without knowing who your fans are, you'll always be at a tremendous disadvantage in today's music world. His mantra was simple but pretty profound. You can own your audience, you can build your own fan community, and you can create relationships with those fans that eventually lead to your most passionate and engaged fans supporting you financially. Of course, I was a bit skeptical, but since everything else I tried had failed, I decided this would be worth a shot. I really like the logic and the structure of the Modern Musician program. I also like the experienced team of musicians, coaches, coders, marketers, and experts that made up the company. And I like the track record. So I jumped in, all in, head first, and I haven't looked back since. It's important to note that at the point I signed up with Modern Musician in September of 2023, I was starting from absolute zero. Zero social media presence, zero likes or shares, zero views, zero streams, zero followers, and of course, zero fans. All I had was a body of creative work and a desire to get it out into the world before I die. That was, and still is, my primary goal and motivation. So, what have I achieved in terms of hard numbers? What are my quantifiable metrics? Where am I today? Well, I'm sure by comparison to achievements by other modern musicians, mine are very modest. Extremely modest, I would guess. But remember, I was starting at absolute zero 18 months ago. So today, I have over 1,500 fans, which means email and contact info for people who responded to our marketing efforts and who opted to join the Three Musicians creative community. That may not sound like a lot of fans, and it really isn't, but it's still amazing to me that we have that many people even interested in what we're doing. I've never had anyone except friends and family who even knew about our creative work, so 1,500 people in 18 months is really impressive to me. It's modest for sure, but you have to start somewhere. In addition to that, our ongoing Facebook ad campaign delivers about 60 to 80 new people a week with an average cost per converted lead of about $2, and that's with a fairly low ad spend budget of about $23 per day or $165 per week. We also have a super small but growing private Facebook community with about 130 people who are interested in our exclusive content posts. One of our major challenges right now is to convert the 1,500 fans that we have in our system and to migrate them to the private Facebook community. We're working on that. I've sold a few starter packs of original Earth-branded art on merch items like guitar picks, t-shirts, mugs, keychains, coasters, and small stuff like that. The point is, the Modern Musician program is working better than anything I've ever done in my entire life to help build awareness and create interest in our original songs and art. That's really remarkable to me. Finally, and I'm sure you're glad this is almost over, you may be wondering, what's my advice to anyone who is considering signing up to become a modern musician? I'd say this: if you want to build a real fan base that you own, If you're not satisfied with vanity metrics like views and shares and streams and followers, if you're interested in developing and sharing your unique artist story with others, and if you're not afraid to do the work, you have to do the work. And if you love learning new things and meeting new people, then I'd say Modern Musician is absolutely for you. I feel confident that you, like me, will be amazed at how far you can make progress toward your goals and career ambition. I promise you won't be disappointed. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope to see you on this journey sometime soon.